What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out this 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor. Now, in a world where most of these trucks are going to be having a 6-cylinder turbo engine, the Tremor might just be the V8 Raptor that you can actually afford. This one is fully loaded, coming in at $79,500, but that's thanks to the 402A package, which is $12,000. But nonetheless, this iconic silver truck is a pretty sweet way to go, coming in price point with the base model V6 Ford F-150 Raptor. If you want a V8 Raptor, you got to spend over 6 figures to get the Raptor R, which of course has a supercharged V8. But this has that good old 5-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. This is pushing out 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, all paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And with that curb weight is around 50 to 100 pounds. It runs on a 36-gallon fuel tank, and you're still looking at 16 miles per gallon in the city with 21 out on the highway and around 10,000 pound towing. So comment down below, is the F-150 Tremor the way to go to get a nice V8 in a top tier truck? If you take the 402A package off, I mean, this isn't crazy comparing it to most trucks, which are at least 60 grand for a nice full size. With that, you're gonna get a cool set of LED headlights, nice dark housing, got the amber color in it, and then this cool gold color throughout this truck. You got huge openings throughout this mesh, black and white Ford logo with a forward-facing camera. There's gonna be active grille shutters in back as well, and then a steel front bumper. I like the gray color, parking sensors, nice tow hooks, extra openings with more of those active grille shutters. You're also going to see nice LED fog light down below and a silver skid plate underneath. It's a good looking truck. It really does have a muscular front end. Can't go wrong with the style. And then I like how the hood cascades forwards. Kind of reminds me of the first generation SVT Raptor F-150 from a decade ago. So it kind of has those vibes, honestly. Got these cool heat extraction vent trim pieces. They look pretty nice on the hood with all these sharp body lines. And then the front fender has a sharp line as well throughout it. So this has a set of 33-inch tires. They're also, if you'll notice, these little circles throughout the tread blocks. You could put some metal studs in here to use this as a really nice ice truck or winter truck of some sorts. Got 18-inch wheels with a nice gunmetal color, Tremor F-150 badge on this front fender, and then silver for the mirrors, side view camera and LED light, body colored door handles, and a sharp body line throughout this lower section. We also have a fixed set of running boards finished in a nice black powder coating. And then up above, you're gonna see the full panoramic sunroof, which is a super cool touch. So this has the 5.5-foot bed, super crew cab. So we have a really good proportion. I love the side profile. I like how the windows dip down as well. And then we have that Tremor badge on this bedside with nice sharp lines. Now for the rear bumper, you're gonna see a really sweet set of exhaust tips integrated into the metal rear bumper. Got parking sensors, tow hooks. You can also see your trailer hitch with all those connections. And then Ford F-150 Tremor is all integrated into the tailgate. Now this is the newest tailgate. This is really cool. Press this button and we can swing this open. Got a cool barn door style. So you're able to stand nice and close to anything in here you gotta reach. You're gonna see different hooks all throughout it. And then we have 2 power outlets on this left side. LED lighting is in here as well. And then we have storage over on the far right side. From here, we can easily swing this closed. And then just pressing that button, we have the power operations. So with it coming down, we can put C-clamps right here, maybe clamp a 2x4 or something. If you're gonna use this as your work truck, you have a nice workbench right here. Got a tape measure too, and then a durable plastic liner. And then you can just reach around, press the button once again, and it's gonna automatically close. So with that, you're gonna see a power sliding rear glass on this rear window. And then moving to the interior, I love the Tremor's interior with the black leather and more of this orange color accents all throughout it. On the door panel, you have this nice colored texture cup holder, this really cool textured material with extra stitching, more contrast stitching on your padded armrest, storage throughout it, and then on the seats, I even like how the perforations have all the color. It says Tremor. We can pop this one down. You have an armrest and cup holders, and then there's even heated seats, air vents, plugs, cup holders, and extra storage. We can even lift the base up, and you're gonna have a ton of hidden storage space all in this lower area. It's even collapsible, so if you want a flat area to load in heavy and large items, you're able to do that in the Tremor trim. From here, we can just pull this down, use the grab handle, hop inside, and sitting here at 5'11", I have so much legroom. even with the driver's seat at my height. Got plenty of headroom. You can see that panoramic sunroof, really comfortable padded seats. They support you very nicely. There's no extra adjustments, but I could sit back here, and I think 3 adults could literally be back here for a long trip. This is a great family truck for sure. Moving on to the front seat now, you have the keypad, which is awesome. You can lock and unlock it from here. Of course, the smart key to unlock it from just grabbing the door handle. More of this nice texture material. You even have 3 different memory seatings, and then you can see all of your different controls, extra storage, and a Bang & Olufsen audio system. There's power controls on the seats, more of the contrast stitching and perforations throughout it. It says Tremor up here in that orange color. And then for the steering wheel, just finished off in black leather. So climbing inside now, let's fire up the V8. You're gonna see controls on the left side for some volume. You have cruise control, lane keeping. You have some extra controls for the screen along with some audio controls. And then if I go through the screen, you can scroll through and see all sorts of different information. You can go under settings, see a few things. Continuing down into the gauges, you're able to take a look at the measurements. And then for off-road, you will have a different design. So you can see a few more things throughout the center. Pretty nice overall, really simple, kind of gives you everything you're gonna wanna see. With that, we have the stuff on the left for the windshield wipers and turn signals, and then we have corner lights on the mirrors, the tailgate release, all of your lighting, power electronic park and brake, and then the power operation to adjust all of your pedals. We have one of your air vents, and then more of this really cool texture with contrast stitching, heads-up display. There is storage up here with another speaker, and then more of this soft touch cool textures throughout it. You can also see more of this cool color, and then when you pop that open, you have a nice secondary glove box. Up here, we have our trail control that'll turn on the screen. You can adjust that, traction control, shortcut to all the camera systems. We got a forward view, top down, and then you can configure everything, seeing a rear view, front view. We got the trailer hitch. You can see a close-up of the vehicle. So definitely a nice touch for a large truck. Now from here, Ford's infotainment system, you have all your shortcuts down below with audio, phone integration, navigation, basically anything you're used to on a modern Ford. You can continue over Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, different settings within the truck, and then you can go under here as well. Now on this right side, you can scroll up and down, see all sorts of different things, and then depending on which one you go into, you're actually able to swipe it over into the other screen. So from here, I can swipe that, and we now have flip-flopped. We have our trailer controls over on this left side. You can turn that on and off. We have the brake gain as well you can adjust, and then 4-wheel drive selection down below with the locking differential and all of our drive modes. So you can configure this, scrolling left and right to see all the different animations for all the different drive modes. So definitely nice to see in a truck like this. We have physical controls down below for all of the audio up above, climate control down here with heated and ventilated seating, heated steering wheel as well, dual zone temperature. It all comes up on the screen when you make a change. So pretty nice and easy to operate everything. And then more of this cool look down here, which will reveal the wireless charging and extra storage as well as plugs. They have cup holders, a phone slot, and you can pop this up and down for the shifter. We have plus and minus for your manual shift control, extra storage down below, and I like, if you're gonna use this as a work truck, you got a workbench right here for your laptop or maybe food or something like that. Opening that up, we have extra storage in here, good amount of space, and then extra cup holders in the back, as well as a large glove box. And then there's a 12-volt as well as a 3-prong outlet. Up above, you're gonna get that full panoramic sunroof with all of those controls. You can see the auxiliaries right here for extra lighting or winches, sunglass holder, power sliding rear glass, the roof, thin mirror, and garage door buttons up above. All right, so setting off in the F-150 Tremor, I gotta say that V8 is quite nice to have. It is super smooth in the power delivery, even just giving it half throttle. It moves. The 10-speed does a really good job delivering the power. We're in the normal mode right now, and these drive modes actually make a really good difference. Normal mode kind of feels normal as you'd expect, just a nice solid V8 truck. If we go into the eco mode, it does get a lot more toned down. Maybe there's piping in a little bit of the V8 soundtrack, because it definitely gets a little bit quieter in here too. A little bit easier steering, got the cool green display. And then when you go into the sport mode, the transmission and everything's a bit more responsive. And then it'll also do the 4-wheel drive system depending on your drive mode. So you can kind of use this like an all-wheel drive truck even for day-to-day. If you want to push it a little bit harder, maybe you got some slippery mountain roads you're driving through or something like that. Well, this is a pretty nice truck to drive, honestly. It really packs everything you could want in a normal vehicle. The steering is nice and light, easy to use. I love the panoramic roof, giving you an amazing view around with just so much light let in. You are up high very nicely. Heads-up display shows a lot of information, turn signals, things like that. You can see the safety sensors, outside temperature as well. And then getting back up and going, just a smooth drive. Has a good sound too. That V8, I mean, there is something about having a V8 in a pickup truck. That is what people love. The EcoBoost is great, but this is a really nice truck to drive. The seats are super comfortable. I'm nice and high up above all the traffic. Fantastic view through these windows. Armrests are in a great place. Honestly, this is just exceptionally comfortable. I can see why the F-150, I believe, is still the #1 selling vehicle in the USA. If not, it's close to #1. I can see why. This is just a really good place to be. I feel like it also gives you all the technology that you would want, all the features, and the build quality feels nice. You know, this is a nearly $80,000 truck, so it's not cheap by any means, and it feels pretty nice the way everything is laid out, the use. There are some plastics, of course, but I think overall, for what you are going to expect from a truck like this, I think the build quality is nice. I think the use of materials is really good. The touch points all feel nice on it. And most importantly, it drives really good. The transmission's smooth, the engine is great, the suspension absorbs these bumps. Being the Tremor, this is a bit more off-road focused than a typical Lariat or XLT or another trim level. So this is kind of geared towards having a softer suspension to tackle off-road terrain, hitting the gravel, maybe doing some off-road trails, or like a weekend camping trip through the mountains. I feel like this would be a super capable truck, just offering you all sorts of that. But I don't really think I have any complaints as far as the drive goes. This engine's great, honestly. I know a lot of people are going to be kind of cross-shopping which F-150 is right for you. Obviously, you can spend well over 100 grand and get a supercharged V8 in a Raptor R. That's an amazing truck, but not exactly going to fit everybody's budget. The normal Raptor, you can get a basic one for this exact price point. That is going to be a toss-up. The Raptor EcoBoost is going to be maybe a bit more flamboyant, a little more flair, some sport aspects to it, but you don't get the V8. So this is for the buyer who, they just want a cool V8 truck, and this is kind of the only option. You know, General Motors is really your only other brand. Ram has killed their V8. So GM and Ford are the only trucks with V8s, aside from a Nissan Titan, of course. But if you want the big American brands, I think this is definitely up there. GMC, Chevy, you know, those are really nice trucks too. But there's something about the Tremor package that just makes you feel like you're in a Raptor, but a bit more affordable Raptor, I would say. Especially without the 402A package, which I guess gives it all sorts of extra goodies. But nonetheless, driving the F-150 Tremor with the V8, this is a pretty sweet truck.